body bags were whore lies.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hey guys, happy Thursday, this is your Fright Chick speaking. Okay, so this week's, we wanted to say this week's theme, we don't have one. Okay, so this week's movie is Leprechaun 4. Look at that cute little face. Oh, I love it. So yeah, Leprechaun 4, I don't even know why I picked it. I just kind of was mowing my collection and I noticed it, and I just find it really funny how you can always tell when a franchise is going to go sideways when they suddenly go to space, okay? The only time I can think of that this was not an issue was Hellraiser Bloodlines, because that was fucking awesome. But yeah, so we're in space, people. Okay, you don't even have to have seen any of the other Leprechauns to watch this, because there is no tie-in. I don't know if there's a tie-in with any of the other ones, but this one has literally no thing with... I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, okay, so we start off literally... It's all go from the start. Our leprechaun friend has kidnapped a princess named Zarina. I believe her planet is called Dominia. So anyways, they're in space already. And he's kidnapped her and he has a plan to marry her and kill her so that he can take over her, you know, title. Basically, so if he marries her, he'll go to her home world, he'll kill her and then he'll kill the king and then he will be king. So that is like his whole plan. He tells her this in like the first 3 to 5 minutes. And she's like, oh, okay, actually, he doesn't really tell he's going to kill her, but he basically says, like, marry me and you can have this. So she's like, okay, I'll marry you because then I'll get all your gold and stuff. So they basically both plan to kill each other after the wedding. But they don't actually get to do that because a group of, I can only describe them as the grunts from Aliens. Like, we have a bunch of mercenaries, you know, they're all fucking hardcore and think they're all this and that. They show up to take out the leprechaun because he's basically kidnapped a princess and he's fucking up a load of mining stuff on this planet that they're on. So they take him out with a hand grenade, injure the princess, they take the princess back to the ship for medical treatment, but one of the stupid grunt people decides that he's gonna piss all over our leprechaun friend. So as he does, the spirit, I had to look it up because I wanted to see what Wikipedia called it really, but they said that the spirit of the leprechaun goes up through his pee and into his penis. It's hilarious. I don't know what it was. It was like a green light, I think. Just goes into his dick. So yeah, fuck the body. It's all good. Our leprechaun friend is getting on the ship as well. So he goes on the ship. And it literally kind of just ends up being them celebrating, hanging around, keeping an eye on the princess. And then the one who peed on the leprechaun decides to have sex with another grunt. I'm just going to call them the grunts. I don't know what they're actually called. And the leprechaun basically reincarnates himself out of his dick, and it's just really gross. I can imagine all guys that have ever seen this film are just like crossing their legs with pillows on top of it and everything. It's disgusting. But yeah, so he reincarnates himself like that and then goes on a bit of a rampage. That's it. He goes on a bit of a rampage, taking out grunts one by one, all this kind of stuff. We have Dr. Mittenhand, who wants to use Serena's regenerative... is that a word? Regenerative? I don't know what... Regenerative DNA that she has naturally because she's obviously like another species. He wants to use it to heal himself because he's kind of like a half-man, half-cyborg type person. And so he wants to use it. So he has a little agenda going on. But the leprechaun is taking out people in comedy style as usual. It gets to the point where obviously they all become very aware that Leprechaun is actually still there, so they start kind of splitting up and then meeting up in little groups, splitting up, all this kind of stuff. Dr. Mittenhand actually gets kind of fucked over by the Leprechaun because the Leprechaun gives him, I can't remember if he injects himself or he makes up like a potion kind of thing with Zarina's DNA, but he also puts like some scorpion or some spider or something like that in there, so he ends up turning into like this really weird beast insect type thing. So we have him to deal with as well as our leprechaun friend. So yeah, it's basically watching the leprechaun running around, taking them out one by one in humorous yet kind of gross ways at times. And then we get to our climax of the movie where we've got like, I think we've got 2 or 3 of them left, you know. There's always a guy and a girl, you know, how they're so hardcore and they're like soldier-like, but then they really like each other anyway. But then there's a flipping there's a thing they have to deal with, so they can't kiss yet. They have to wait till the end. There's that kind of thing's going on. So we have them, and we have our Leprechaun friend, and then we have Dr. Mittenhand, who is now Mitten Spider. It's hilarious. He becomes Mitten Spider, and kind of just becomes the secondary threat. But of course they're going to take him out, aren't they? But then, like I said, we come to the climax of it. And this has got to be one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life, okay? They accidentally shoot the Leprechaun with Dr. Mittenhand's growth ray. And the Leprechaun grows, and he just like Alice in Wonderland, he just grows like 50 feet tall. It's hilarious because the effects are hilarious. Okay, these are from the 90s, people. You can imagine the green screen shit that's going on here, and he just becomes this giant leprechaun. It's like, oh my god, we've made it so much worse. Now we have to take it out. And I'm like, dude, you can see he's not even there. It's so bad. So of course they have their showdown with the leprechaun, and then they shoot him out of an airlock. Okay, I know it's a spoiler, but come on, he wasn't going to survive. He dies every time. Okay. So yeah, they shoot him out of an airlock, and you have like your couple that get to kiss at the end, and then I think there's like a random one, like a bit of a Hicks, you know, there's like a Hicks left over that's just looking out and being like, yeah, we saved the day. That's literally the film, that's it, you know. He goes around picking them all off one by one. Then we get an absolutely hilarious moment where he grows 50 feet tall, and it's the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. And then of course they take him out in an even more humorous way. So that is Leprechaun 4 in space. It's really bad. I mean, I can't even like sit and go, oh well, this was interesting and this was good. No, it's funny as shit or it's bad as shit. Okay, however you want to perceive it. I think it's funny as shit. Okay, and that is literally it. Wow, I've done really well. Normally I go on for like 20 minutes, but yeah. So I will see you Saturday because I will be filling in for Dave as he is on holiday. I'm so jealous. Bye.